Hawaiian Independence Alliance. I'm here speaking. Dr. Blaisdell was to be the speaker, but I'm here picking it up for him. The Hawaiian Independence Alliance was recently formed. We have 6 member organizations, and we actually came here for a reason that's slightly different than Ilia'ula Kalani and the other organizations that are here protesting the whole issue around ceded lands. Our issue is much broader. We wanted to call attention to the fact that Hawaii is still illegally occupied and that we still have an independent Hawaiian nation. It's still here. Whether people see it or not is it's problematic, but we see it. And it's something that we want to continue to raise in the public eye. And the other thing has to do with federal recognition and whether or not federal recognition actually has any place in the discussion, considering the fact that Hawaii continues to exist until proven otherwise. So our message is not here in opposition to, but in support of, merely wanting to expand what's already been put out so that people understand both our history and the context in which we try to do our work. And that's it. But I also wanted to introduce Dean Saranillio, who's been working with the Hawaiian Independence Coalition. Dean, where are you? And I think he could actually give a little bit more background. And it's also in our press kit.
So I gotta step on his leaf. Okay. My name is Dean Saranillio. I'm not Hawaiian. I'm actually Filipino-Japanese. But I'm here in support of Hawaiians whose national lands and inherent rights under international law for independence are under attack by the state. There's a convergence of interests between the state of Hawaii and the federal government and selling Hawaiian national lands and extinguishing Hawaiian international sovereignty under the Akaka Bill. Given the $2 billion deficit facing the state of Hawaii, the governor's attempts to overturn the Hawaii Supreme Court, which barred the state from selling so-called ceded lands, amounts to a backdoor bailout. Native Hawaiians who have never relinquished their claims to international sovereignty or their national lands have claims against the United States that the Akaka Bill seeks to extinguish. I would just like to call on other people, especially if you're not Hawaiian, and say or remind us that an injury to one is an injury to all. Thank you.
Yo! How do you spell your last name, sir?
S-A-R-A-N-I-L.
S-A-R-A-N-I-L-L-I-E-O.
I-O.
I-O. Thank you.
Thanks.
Aloha, I'm Vicky Holt Takamine. I'm a member of Ilia'ula Kalani Coalition. We're here to urge Lingo, which she has already said she's not going to do, to withdraw her appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. In lieu of that, we're saying this is not your land. Reminder, this is not your land. If you don't own it, you do not have the right to sell or transfer this land. Again, it's an appeal also to our President Obama. We're glad that he's here to enjoy our beautiful Hawaiian state that he was born and educated in. And he knows the issues. He knows that these are all lands that were stolen from our kingdom, was overthrown. He knows, but he doesn't know what to do. And we're saying, we're here to say, these are seized lands. They do not belong to the state of Hawaii, that we need an opportunity for us to get together with our people and discuss these issues. There has never been self-determination for Native Hawaiians, ever. And we want the opportunity to do so. Again, there are many other avenues that we can take, but we want to pull our people together to have this discussion. Until such time, moral, legally, or otherwise, it's all Hawaiian land. Morally it's Hawaiian, legally it's Hawaiian. It does not belong to the state of Hawaii.
You're gearing up for a big march in January.
We're gearing up for a big march January 17th. It marks the overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom, which has already been acknowledged by the U.S. Congress as an illegal overthrow. The apology bill, Congress adopted that. It's a reminder. January 17th, we need to pull our people together every year to mark that overthrow until such time that our kingdom is restored.
Vicky,
Mahalo, yes.
The state, already utilizes profits derived from the use of those lands for balancing the budget of the state government. Are you then also suggesting that those money should just go to Hawaiians and not to the rest of the people of the state?
Those lands are to be set aside and to support the entire kingdom of Hawaii. They were never, ever, ever just for Hawaiians. They were all for everybody in Hawaii that lives here. Lili'u Okalani just did not build schools or education or roads for just Hawaiians. Those lands were used to educate, to build roads for the entire kingdom of Hawaii. So our mana'o is, this is still a Hawaiian kingdom. Everybody that lives on this land, those lands are to be used for everybody's benefit.
So you folks don't
Exclusively
disagree with the use of the profits for the state, but what you're saying is they shouldn't be able to sell them?
They should not be able to sell or transfer any of those lands, absolutely.
And they need to meet their obligation of 20% to Native Hawaiians, which has not been done as well.
Yep.
Sure.
A couple people have been asking this, and Vicky just touched on it. The president-elect is in town. Would you hope he might read this Gordon story tomorrow? Would you hope he might see it on TV? Would you hope he might get involved?
Yes, hopefully. One of the purposes of calling this gathering together was the fact that President-elect Obama is in town. We wanted to give him an opportunity, hopefully with the partners, the media partners, to get this message out so that he'll be able to hear it. And if he needs to have any clarification, he certainly can contact us. We would welcome the opportunity, although we know it's probably impossible to sit down with him for 15 minutes to give him a quick overview. But we believe that there'll be time to do that prior to the February 25th hearing that's already been scheduled in Washington, D.C.
If you can, again, what are you planning in January? Perhaps in Waikiki, I don't know what.
Yes, January 17th, we'll be congregating between Kalakaua and Saratoga at 9 a.m. to line everybody up. And then we'll be marching down Kalakaua Avenue. We'll be handing out information on why we're doing this march, why it's a First Amendment considered march, and we'll be passing out information to the tourists to let them know why we're doing this. We want to be sure that they understand it's not being anti-tourist, but the fact that they've chosen Hawaii to be their vacation spot, they need to know what the host people are going through right now.
Your message that day will be what?
Our message that day will be to hopefully let Lingle know that she still has time to withdraw the appeal. That's what we want. The opportunity to tell her again once more to withdraw the appeal. If she doesn't, then we will move forward in however way we have to get it resolved.
Thank you.